All right, you ever wanted to know how to grab the attention of every artist that listens to your music, or an A&R, record label, or potential client? Well, there's key factors that you need to know about that determines whether or not artists like your music, want to purchase your music, and or want to buy your music. Even if they don't want to buy it, you want to definitely get their attention so that they find interest in you as a producer. So we're going to talk about some things that you need to implement in your music today, and we're starting right now. Peace and blessings, guys. My name is SG1 from the Grammy Award-winning team, The Peacemakers. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And also, if you are new to my channel, make sure that you click the subscribe button located down below, and then click the bell notification to be notified when we put out new videos. Now, this video is sponsored by music-millionaires.com, where we're actually taking your music and getting placements for you so that you can actually make money off your music. And we're actually doing it every day with producers like yourself. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go over and subscribe now, because the price will be going up on the website and membership soon. Also, not only do we do submissions over there, we also give you all the tools you'll need to be able to utilize your services in the music industry. We're giving you contracts, we're giving you sample packs, we're giving you beat kits, we're giving you everything that you need as a musician, as a producer, that will allow you to be successful. Now, you ever wanted to know the secrets to why certain producers get major placements and others don't? See, as we have been taking on thousands of tracks literally in the last week or so, we've been listening to a lot of you guys' music, and we can tell where some of you guys have been doing this for quite some time. Some of you not necessarily have been. However, what we're going to do is equal the playing field today, because I want to talk to you about what you need to do in order to get any artist's attention and or A&R or record label. And I'm jumping right in, guys. So the number one thing that I want you to do is understand the science. You have 15 to 20 seconds to get anybody's attention and ear. And you have to think of it that way as well, because if you listen to music, you are introducing yourself to a person. What determines whether people are interested in you or not is your introduction. Do you come in and you say, oh, hey, well, my name is John Doe? Or do you come in and you say, hey, my name is John Doe, and I'd like to talk to you about whatever? It sounds like a cheesy salesman pitch, but at the end of the day, that is exactly what you have to do. So 15 to 20 seconds, you have to do something dynamic. Your music has to stand out. It has to be dynamic. It has to say, there is much more you're going to hear in this track later on. Now, I'm going to do this on another avenue as well, because I'm going to add artists, because if you are an artist or a songwriter, this applies to you as well. Most artists and songwriters get caught up in how to start their intro. What should they start it out with? How should they start it out? What's the storyline going to be? And the thing that we always skip past and we forget about is, in school we are taught the basic elementary things of conversation, and which is how, when, what, why, and where. Well, most of the time when we see someone we haven't seen in a while, we say, how are you? So these are just basic attributes that we start our music off with. Ask a question or make a statement. Either way, make sure that you do or follow those particular two rules so that you grab the audience attention. Because if you ask a question, people most of the time want to hear the answer. So the question is asked in a rhetorical way so that it grabs your listener's attention and they want to find out where you're going with this particular story. Now, producers, once you've grabbed their attention with that dynamic intro, you have to keep them interested. You don't want to have a stagnant 8-bar loop over and over again, doing and saying the same thing. Change up. You know what I mean? When we are talking as people, what we fail to realize is when we change our tonation determines the interest of a person. If you're having a conversation with a person and it's constantly just the same tone, and you're not going up because there's exciting parts of that particular song or story, you understand how I'm changing this up, then it keeps a person in the mindset that, okay, this is just another self-indulgent story that's being told by said producer. But when you change that up in every 4 bars, or every 4 bars there is a change up, or at least 4 bars into an 8-bar or 16-bar track, there's a change up, people tend to be more interested in. Something as simple as adding a bass line in it, adding some hi-hats or something in them, the 4 bars that changes the rhythmic pattern works definitely wonders for music. With that being said, let's talk about the closing, because the closing is one of the most important aspects of a song. Oftentimes we get focused on the beginning, we get focused on the middle, the chorus or the bridge, and then we just basically poop on the closing. The closing is one of the most important things and dialogues of your song, because, and this works 2 ways, okay? So I'm talking to my writers and producers. The closing of the song determines the finality, all right? Now, what do you want your closing to be, writers? What do you want your closing to be, producers? Is there a continuation of this particular song that you're working on, or is this the dramatic ending that you want? What is it that you want to do? And the best example I can give you is when you go to a comedy show, or you watch a comedy online or on TV or whatever, you notice that when comedians, and the real good comedians, they're able to link their show to the end. So there is something that they pinpoint, which to you would be your dynamic intro, and then something they close out on that reminds you or goes back to that dynamic intro, right? So you have to do the same thing. When a comedian is closing out, he's closing out with something that he's already familiarized you with within the realm of the comedic stand-up. And we have to give people the things that we're accustomed to in conversation, all right? So guys, I hope this helped you out in some way, fashion, or form. If it did, make sure you leave that in the comment section below. Also, if you feel like there's some other things that you can add that will help a songwriter or producer that has worked for you, make sure you leave it in the comment section below as well, so that you can help other producers or artists out in the community. With that said, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned to the next episode. And remember, as always, music is life. We out.